Duh! I know what you're thinking. Hold up, you're like 7 years old. How the F do you have an ex? Girl, chill. Even though I should be saying boy, because hey, Trey, what's up? It's all your fault, man. You didn't respond to my email. What's wrong with you? Anyway, speaking of Trey, as in Tré Melvins, for those of you who don't know, check out his video in the bar below if you have a problem with it, because his sexuality is not heterosexual or straight. Click that little red box in this corner or this corner. Go away. And come back when you aren't a judgmental prick. Bye. For those of you who stick around again, watch this video, come back, you'll understand what I'm doing, and yeah. Welcome back, everyone. Hello. Did you have fun? Do you understand what I'm doing this? No. I'm not doing this because I want to win a bunch of money. Trey, please. Please. I know my video is phenomenal. I mean, look at my face. But I'm doing this because you didn't respond to my freaking email. You jerk. I still love you. Say hi to Drea, though. Also, I'm like eternally 7 years old. So, what the F am I doing in a relationship? Who the heck knows? But I was one of those kids who had flirtationships all throughout middle school. Just all throughout 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Particular serious one in 7th. More serious one in 8th that is continuing into 9th and it's turning into a relationship and stuff that is getting serious and for reals and yeah. I'm not complaining about it. I'm going with it. I mean, the guy's cool, so I'm cool, so we're cool. And I'm not talking about the particularly serious one in 7th grade either. No, just forget about all that. Because not everyone has all of those moments, and it doesn't really matter anyway. Because we broke up via note. Come on. It's not that serious at all. I laugh about it. It's hilarious, actually. Oh, it's great. No, instead, I'm talking about story with my ex-friend. As in, I think that most people have someone who they used to be really cool and tight with, death do us part, 'cause we're homies, ride or dies. And now, dude, why don't you talk to them anymore? So, that's what I'm talking about. And if that doesn't count in this contest, that's cool, Trey. Like I said before, my parents are kind of one of those people who have problems with people who are not their sexuality, and then they would have to watch, and if I won money, they would have to watch your video, and then they just ban me from YouTube and the internet and everything, and I mean, I don't want that. I don't want that. No, I don't want to get banned from YouTube. No. So, please, if you don't want me banned and you want me to still be subscribed to you and continue watching your videos every week, don't give me money. I never thought that I would be asking someone specifically to not choose me to win their contest. Oh, it's great. It's phenomenal. Anyway, so yeah, speaking of, yeah. Anyway, and I'm really not doing this to share my story. I'm doing this because, Trey, listen up carefully because you didn't read my email and respond. So, here we go. How do you know? Because I'm all up on Instagram and I see all the Women Crush Wednesdays. And I'm just like, Ruby Rose has a nice face. Oh, look. Another picture of Emma Watson. She looks great. So, is that just me having a girl crush, or is it something more serious? I don't know. I've been in an identity crisis since the end of, like, July-ish. And maybe that's just with the age that I am, because, you know, everyone goes through that weird phase where it's just, like, trying to find your true self. Yay! And seeing where you fit in the world and everything. And I'm I'm just like, is that just what I'm doing, or is it like, what's going on? I could use some help. Physically and mentally, and yeah, all of the help would be needed. So, I mean, also, if you know contacts to an insane asylum, hook me up, fam. No one even uses the word fam. Fam is a great word. Anyway, moving on. Why am I rambling? Because I didn't write a script. That's why. I'm rambling because I didn't take the time to write the script. Anyway, so story time with my ex-friend, because we all have those friends that we used to be homies with, ride or dies and everything. Woohoo, let's party. And now it's just like doing, yeah. All of that ish. So let me tell you my story. Let me get my book, though. Let me get my book. To protect the names of those involved, I'll be using them. The main character is obviously me. The second main character will be called James. The third, Hannah. It's also strange because James and Hannah's genders are switched. But anyway, here we go. Me and James used to be so tight in 6th grade. We were just best friends. We've been best friends since 2nd grade, and we were best friends up until 6th grade. And then I messed up so bad. You gonna drive past my house like that, car? In this moment of seriousness? I messed up so effing bad and refuse to admit it. I take on full responsibility for the fights that occurred. So me and James didn't talk all summer. And then something happened over the summer. Something that made me write a letter, because, yeah, I had to write a letter and say, hey, this happened. It's important to the both of us, or at least was, you know, in more words than it wasn't that, like, cruel. And I sent it. A few weeks later, we're at school. I'm with my head down because I'm still bummed out about this thing. And this thing was one of my other best friends. They kind of died. I'm talking about my dog, by the way, not a human. But my dog died that summer. One of them. And in the period of not having a best friend and not having a dog, and I felt so freaking alone. My brain kind of started to wonder, you know what? If James doesn't like me, my dog isn't here, what's the point of me being here too, right? You see where this is going. I'm going to skip forward some. So we're at school now. A few weeks in, James needs a pencil. So I give her one. Yeah, James is a girl. I didn't think that much on names. It was the first name that came to mind. So I give her one, and she takes it thankfully. And she also says, I'm sorry to hear about your dog. I'm just like, yeah, thanks. So later that day at lunch, I don't know where to sit. I've always sat with James. Or, also, like, in elementary, we didn't really sit in a cafeteria. We ate in our classrooms and stuff, so I always sat with James, and I didn't know where to go. So I went over, and I kind of sat with Hannah. Hannah was newish. And Hannah was new that year. So I sat with Hannah, and me and Hannah were cool. And then James and Hannah were cool. But before James and Hannah were cool, I went and apologized. The three of us are BFFs forevsies. Inseparable. We always eat lunch. If we have a class with one another, we always go to that class with that person and we wait. That's what friends do. But what had to happen for me and James to be ride or die homies again before? we all became friends with Hannah. I had to swallow my pride. Let me tell you something. Swallowing your pride is one of the hardest things to do ever. Ever. Like, there's so many other easier things to do rather than swallow your pride. But sometimes you just have to do it. So for those of you who have a James in your life, why? And I get it, you know, nobody want to be the murderer. Everybody want to be the victim. But sometimes, even if you don't believe it's your fault, you have to take responsibility in order to save that friendship. I know it's hard. I know it's scary. And I know it's difficult. Let me tell you something. Tré, I'm sorry that your story time with your ex was with an actual ex. Your boyfriend. I'm sorry about that. I am so sorry. And I get it. You guys can't really be cool anymore. I get that. I do. Even though I'm like 12 years old. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I truly am. I'm sorry. But if you have a friend you no longer talk to, and you miss them, swallow your pride. It's worth it. Anyway, that's it. Bye, guys. See you next week.